Welcome back. My name is Dr. Baird, and today I'll be teaching you 5 unconventional core strengthening exercises that are both safe and effective for adults over 40. And so you probably noticed in a lot of my videos and a lot of my programs, we use a lot of static holds to build core strength. That's side planks, that's planks, high planks, all of which are really good to build core strength without putting a lot of impact on your joints, which is why we like them. But if you've been doing them for a while, you may have noticed they can get a little tedious and a little boring. And when things start to become boring in the fitness world, a lot of times it's hard to motivate to do them. So I like these 5 exercises because they are still safe and effective, but they might engage you a little bit more to motivate you to continue to build that core strength. So let's go ahead and get started. The first exercise that we'll demonstrate is called a bear crawl. There are a few different ways you can perform this movement. Let's start with the most common. So to get into position, we're going to start on our hands and knees. This is called a quadruped position. We're going to curl our toes under us and then lift those knees. So this is the hold. And to perform the bear crawl, I'm going to take my right arm and my right leg and walk forward. Doesn't need to be very far, just maybe 6 inches or so. And then do the same with the opposite. So you're just crawling that way. The goal is to keep a nice, strong position. And so there's not a lot of rotation. You want to keep a nice, strong quadruped position as you move forward. And then also you can do it moving back. And for another variation, you can do it sideways. So again, in that quadruped position, now I'm using opposite arm, opposite leg to move to the left and back to the right. So there you have it. That's the bear crawl. The next exercise is called a side kick through. So to perform this movement, we're back into that quadruped position. I'm going to tuck my toes under, lift those knees up. And now I'll be kicking my right leg through. So what's going to happen as I kick my right leg through is I'm going to rotate over my right arm as I lift my left hand. I'm going to point the toe forward and I can bring that left hand back. And then I'm going to move back into that quadruped position, bring my leg back, rotate over that right shoulder, place my left arm down, and then you can do the same thing going to the left. So with my left, I'm going to be rotating over my left arm, lifting my right hand, kicking that left leg through, and back. So for a little more focus on strengthening, you can perform that movement slow and controlled, or if you wanted a more cardiovascular challenge, you really move through it and go as fast as you can. The next exercise is called an L-sit. This is a classic calisthenic core strengthening exercise. It works really well if you have these parallel bars, but if you don't have access to these parallel bars, you can also use 2 yoga blocks, which I'll show you in a second. So to perform this movement, I'm going to grab the bars, my arms nice and straight, and then from here, just lift my legs and straighten them out. It's called an L-sit because I'm going to sit in this L position and hold it as long as I can. So again, if you don't have these parallel bars, you can take 2 yoga blocks, put them at the side, and lift your legs and hold right there. The next exercise is called a beast reach. So to perform this exercise, we're going to start in the high plank position, and I'm going to press through my arms to send my hips back. And though from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise my hips up. As I raise my hips up, I'm going to lift my left leg up off the floor till I come into a one-legged down dog. Then I'm going to press through my toe to shift everything forward until I'm back in that high plank. I'm going to bring my left knee to my left elbow and then press through the arms back into that single leg down dog. And then I can drop my left foot and come back down. And then we'll do the same thing on the right where I'll lift my hips. As I lift my hips, I lift that right leg, roll forward, bring that right knee to the outside of that right elbow, and shift back up. So this is just a variation of the high plank, but it adds a little bit more movement and a little bit more challenge just to keep it engaging. Give that a try. And finally, we have an exercise called the hollow rocks. So to perform this exercise, we're going to start on our back. We'll lift our legs and lift our arms to create almost this bowl shape. So for this one, the higher you lift your legs, the higher you lift your arms, the the easier it's going to be. And so what it'll look like from here is I'll have a rounded back and I want to rock back and forth almost like a bowl. And so again, if you want to make it a little bit harder, you start with your legs lower to the ground and your arms lower to the ground, and you rock that way. So similar to leg lifts, again, it just adds a little bit of movement to keep it more engaging so that you're more motivated to strengthen your core. So there you have it, 5 unconventional core strengthening exercises that you can use if you're getting a little bit bored of the standard plank series. Anytime you add movement, you do need to be a little bit more careful, but these exercises in general are also safe and effective if you do have any sort of joint pain. So that's all I got for you today. If you do like this content, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Any questions, leave them in the comments below.